Hi friends, do you ever feel that life in your home with young kids just seems like it's getting faster and faster and faster, and the days fly by, and all of a sudden you blink and this, toddler you used to pick daisies with out in the yard is suddenly like a 7-year-old who's got all these big thoughts and is reading books and all that kind of stuff, and you're like, where did the time go? I feel that way. I feel like life with my wonderful children and my sweet, awesome husband is just flying by faster and faster every year. And I so want to treasure it and enjoy it and be intentional and actually present in our moment-to-moment life. So today I'm going to be sharing 15 things that we do to try to get into that mindset of slowing down and living a slower lifestyle with our children. If we haven't met, my name is Danny. I run this YouTube channel and the blog, Contentment with Simplicity, and I'm a mom of 4 kids with a 5th on the way. And I like to talk about routines that work for us, strategies for how to streamline our home life, living in a small space with children, homeschooling and parenting with intentionality and vision and purpose. And so if that sounds like something that's helpful for you, welcome. It's great to have you here. Let's dive in. Okay, 15 ways to practice slow living. I'm gonna try to keep these short and snappy because I can be long-winded sometimes. Number 1, eat outside. So wherever you can, whenever you can, if the weather is nice enough, grab your dinner and move to an outside table, or pick up your dining room table and move it outside, or go to a park and eat your dinner at a park, or throw a blanket on the ground and have a picnic. Just go outside, change up the routine, get out in nature with your kids and eat outside. Number 2, build campfires and then sit around the campfires. We do this every week on Saturday mornings as part of our Sabbath routine, and we love it. It just allows everybody in the family to slow down. Now, with small kids, it can be tricky. So we like to time a little bit of time with our 1-year-old out at the campfire, and then it's his nap time, and the rest of us get to sit around the campfire and enjoy it because he's a bit unpredictable around the fire. So one adult has to be on 100% guard the baby from the fire mode. But being with your kids around a campfire, there is something about the flickering flames, the sound of the wood crackling, even, having to move the smoke out of the way. We do it in the daytime. We don't even do it at nighttime. And it's still this restful, peaceful thing that brings connection to everybody in our family. Number 3, read aloud. So have a read aloud book that you're just working your way through as a family. Because we homeschool, we have multiple books going usually at once, but our children love to just pile onto the couch with us and read out loud. And honestly, human beings learn best through stories, and by living a story through a read aloud, we all get to have this shared experience and we have a shared connection point. So read aloud to your kids if you want to connect and be present with them on an adventure together without ever even leaving your own couch. Idea number 4 is to sing together. So there's something about singing with other people. I've heard, don't quote me on this because I don't know how scientific it is, but I've heard that singing releases oxytocin. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone. So if that's true, then singing together helps you bond as a family. And it's also just fun, and kids enjoy singing. They learn, they pick up music and rhythms and words through singing, and it's just been a really fun way for our family to connect and be present with each other. We usually sing around the dinner table every night before dinner as part of our giving thanks to God for the food that He has provided for us, and it's a great way for our family to just have that little connection every day. Number 5 is watch the sky together, whether this be noticing cloud shapes, whether it is watching the sun rise or the sun set, or going outside and stargazing after dark. We have done all of these. I recently took my 2 older girls out, drug a mattress out onto our deck. It's wintertime here, so we piled up under a bunch of blankets and just watched the stars and looked for shooting stars. And it was so much fun. And we had such sweet chats out there. And so, yeah, watch the sky together. There's nothing that makes you feel small, but also so in tune with nature around you, I think, as watching the sky and realizing how vast and big this world is. And getting to do that with your kids and sharing that with your kids just gives you this sense of like awe and presence with them that I think is such a beautiful thing. Number 6, hang your laundry outside. There's something really, really fun about taking an everyday household chore and just switching up the environment a little bit. So we have a laundry line in the summertime. Especially my little kids, but even my older ones, they are so delighted to get to help me haul the laundry basket out to the laundry line, and they hand me things as I need it. And it can become this 15 minutes of connection and presence and being intentional with engaging with them and talking with them and praising them and encouraging them and thanking them and helping them feel like they're doing something valuable. So hang your laundry up outside and enjoy the connection. Number 7, bake bread together. We are a sourdough family, so I usually am baking bread for our home at least twice a week. And my kids love to help me, whether that be measuring the flour or using the dough hook. We just use a hand one, but they love to help stir it in, or helping perform stretch and folds, or just, manning the timer and letting me know, oh, Mom, the timer's going off. Can we go check the bread? It smells amazing. And it's such a simple thing that's also so tangible because you get to eat it and you get to slice off from that crusty loaf and slather some butter on it and just enjoy the work that you did together with your kid. Number 8 is institute a weekly Sabbath rhythm and routine in your family. So I have a video on how our family does our Sabbath routine and steps to help you build one. If you do not do a Sabbath routine, I cannot recommend this highly enough as a way to slow down and intentionally spend time with your kids. So check out that video. I'll link it down below. Institute a Sabbath routine to take a weekly inhale, exhale as a family and spend connection time and enjoy the relationships that you have with each other and enjoy the creation that God has provided and the ways that He takes care of you. Idea number 9 for how to practice slow living with your kids would be to go on hikes together. Get out in nature and walk. It doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to be long hikes. Our little ones love to just, with their little tiny legs, putter along on the trail. And so we usually tackle like 1 to 3 mile hikes. That's kind of the most that we do at this particular stage in life. But it's a great opportunity to burn off some energy, enjoy nature. Being out in nature helps bring your stress levels down anyhow. And if you leave your phone behind or leave it in your backpack where the water is and the snacks are, because of course you're probably going to need that, then you're not tempted to grab it and look at it all the time, and you can be more present with your kids. So go on hikes. Number 10 is include your kids in special event planning. So we don't do birthdays or Christmas really, really big in our home, but we do try to be intentional about it. And I love, my husband's birthday is coming up in a few months. And so I will invite my kids to be a part of making that day special for him. So I'll gather them at some point and we'll sit down and we'll decide on the flavor of cake and the flavor of frosting and whether we're going to do it as a pancake or whether we're going to make, round cakes and stack them, what sort of decorating we want to do on the cake, if there's any special decorating we want to do around the house, any kind of gifts we want to get. My girls oftentimes, and my son actually is getting into it too, but they love to make cards. And so just finding ways to include your children in making special events, like, yes, that means that you might include some childish things. It might mean that my husband has M&Ms on his cake or something, but he doesn't mind. I guess we're not super particular, and the children love it. They love to feel engaged, and it gives all of us a chance to just do something creative and fun together to celebrate another person in the family. What are we on? 11. Color together. So pull out those crayons or those markers or those colored pencils, have a coloring book, whether as an adult you have your own adult coloring book and the kids have theirs, or honestly, I like to do the kids' coloring books right alongside them. So we will just sit at the table together on our Sabbath day, on our slower family day, or in the evenings if we have a little bit of time, and we'll just work on either pictures side by side or the same picture. Gives us something to kind of connect over and talk about, but it also leads to really sweet conversations. And it's a really good way to practice just being present, doing the same thing as your child in the same space for a set amount of time, which is a beautiful way to slow down and connect with your kids. Number 12 is to have regular times in your home and in your family where you unplug from screens. Now, I know that everybody's lifestyle is a little bit different, and in today's age and world, it's harder and harder to do that. But we like to have turn the phone off on our Sabbath day. And so we have at least 24 hours where the phone is off, or sometimes there are external circumstances. If I'm on call for being a birth doula, then obviously I'm going to leave my phone on. But in general, having a set time each week where you turn your phone off or you leave it behind when you go on a walk with your kids helps you just refocus in and actually be present rather than being distracted by the text message or the dings, or even just good-hearted research. I want to look that up. Not having a phone with you, not having that available helps you not succumb to those distractions which pull you out of the present. And not doing that, staying in the present, gives you that opportunity to really slow down and be in that connection space and relationship building space with your kids. And number 13 is grow plants from seeds with your kids. We usually have a small veggie garden and some veggie garden beds outside of our home. And in the springtime, my kids love to help me go to the store, pick out a couple seed packages, decide what we want to have in our garden, and then open up the little packages and pull out the seeds and put them in the little starter pots. And they love to take responsibility for watering everything every day. It's just really cute. And it's a fun way for us to sort of dream about the coming months together and do something that kind of gets our hands in the dirt, and we're in it together, and we get to watch it over an amount of time. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about growing something, is that it doesn't happen instantaneously. It is a slower process. So it invites you into that, check it and see if it's growing today. Oh, not yet. Well, we'll check it again tomorrow. And that can be such a sweet way to slow down and connect with your kids. All right, idea number 14 for how to slow down with young kids is, and you do obviously have to consider the safety of this one, but burn a candle. I love to just burn a candle on our dining room table or on the kitchen counter. A lot of times I'll do it just on a regular daily basis, or just light the candle at dinner time. That's a sweet way to bring this sense of peace, and something about flickering flames, I guess, helps me just feel kind of grounded and present. But we also like to have a candle that we burn all day on Saturday, on Sabbath, because that reminds us to embrace that peace, that slower kind of pace of letting something just slowly burn away. So I love burning candles, and it is definitely a great way to bring that atmosphere of slowing down into our home. And last but certainly not least, something that has been really fun for our family to do, we play cards together as a family. And your kids don't even have to be all that old to learn some simple card games. And the younger ones can, sit with a parent and play with them. So some of our absolute favorite games to play are some of the Grandpa Beck's games. You can find them on Amazon. I'll drop links below, but we love Gnoming Around, Bears and Bees, Nuts About Mutts. Those are like our top 3 go-to favorites. Another fun one, it's not Grandpa Beck's, but kind of a similar sort of feel to it, family feel, is Sleeping Queens, and our kids love that one. And then we have also taught our kids, there's various names for it. I think in the UK it's called Racing Demons, which is kind of a creepy name. My family, I grew up calling it double solitaire, but it doesn't have to be just 2 people. It's also called Nerds sometimes. There might be other names. Feel free to drop them in the comment. But my kids are loving that right now. We have introduced like 3 different people to it, taught them how to play it, and then played with them when they've been visiting. It's been really fun for our family. And card games they don't usually take a super long time, which can be helpful with young kids and short attention spans, but they do give you that opportunity to just gather around the table and do something with your hands and collaborate together, or some friendly competition. We are not a big competition family, but some friendly competition and encouragement. And it just is a really fun way to spend time together in a really kind of peaceful and present atmosphere. Okay, so those are 15 ways that our family embraces, practices, incorporates slow living activities into our life with our young children. And I hope that they have maybe sparked something in you to go do something with your kids that is just a little bit on the slower side, because it has been a great way for me to feel like I am absorbing and savoring the moments that I have with my kids at the stages that they are, because I know time is passing quickly. I know I can't slow down the passage of time, but I really want to know I have been present with them and I have enjoyed them and delighted in them, because they're such treasures. So I hope this has inspired you to do likewise, or to at least consider them. And if you currently have practices that you feel like really help you connect as a family and give you that kind of slower living, intentional living vibe that's not on this list, would you please drop it in the comments? I love to connect with people and engage with people in the comments, and I always love fresh ideas for how to incorporate intentionality in how I parent and how I spend time with my kids and build relationships in our family. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week with more content. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this. Have a great week, and I will see you next time.